So again, good morning. We're beginning our day with this practice of taking time for ourselves to turn inward, to notice, to simply notice. And this is a muscle that we're working. Our capacity to sit and be present. To sit and be present. To be present to whatever might be there. And of course, one of the main reasons that we don't, as a culture, practice these type of endeavors of developing presence, of developing awareness, is because often it's uncomfortable. Even us in Ireland, we have a history of occupation, trauma, and although a lot of us might not think of that in terms of having anything to do with us in a sense, we carry that trauma in our DNA. So anything that was enacted upon our ancestors, our families, stays in the cells, in the DNA, until it is actually consciously met and healed. So like anything that might be happening in our lives, until we meet it with a quality of awareness that has a level of maturity that can really begin to witness and experience and allow it to move through us, it stays stuck in our system. And often, a lot of how we move through the world, how we interact with people, how we meet the day, how we feel about ourselves, the inner narrative, is a result of carrying a lot of wounding, trauma, upset, that we might even be aware of where it comes from. And this is why these practices are so important for our own self-worth, our own ease, but not only for our own lives, because the world is crying out for people who are willing to sit with themselves, that there is wisdom waiting to be felt, embodied, experienced. And it's only through this practice of going in, of turning in, of witnessing, of noticing, of allowing, of being able to drop deeper within ourselves. And the deeper we drop, the more we get to connect to a sense of relationship with ourselves and the different parts of ourselves, but with ourselves in terms of the bigger tapestry of life. You think about that Western psyche is very much around the idea of individualism, and our individual experience, our separate experience, and that is a part of the human experience, but it's a very small part. And I believe that in the world at the moment we are being asked to reclaim a deeper sense of awareness, this sense of being part of something bigger. And through these practices, that sense, that felt sense, will arise. It'll awaken within us, because it is part of what it is to be human, to be part of the cycle of life. So we'll close our eyes and we simply notice. Just to be awareness and to be spacious. And you just wait and watch what comes to you. What are the sounds you can hear? How are you feeling this morning? Can you meet those feelings? Can you allow them to be there? And also, if there is resistance to what you might feel, if there's something uncomfortable, can you acknowledge the resistance, the part that doesn't want to feel? And then come to your breath. Come closer to your breath. So for the next few minutes, can your breath be the anchor as we've done already before, when you become aware your mind has wandered off, come back to the anchor.